Hello, all of you delightful beings out there, and welcome to the stream. I am Razim, currently as Fervis the Lothwolf, and this is a Mind Over Magic, where we're gonna go ahead and, hopefully get some windows in this room to actually finish it up, and potentially get our... And potentially get our, oh, what you call it? Man, my brain does not want to figure out what I was going to say. Ah, right, potentially get an apprentice. We'll see what we manage to pull off.
Oh, this is cool. It synergizes with companions, because you can get number 2 companion.
Precisely.
I didn't know there was going to be cross-compatibility between the primeval feats. That's cool.
Yeah, got a lot of plans, and I put out I had another idea for minions as well, so they may get an overhaul very soon already. Literally just released them, but then I had that little idea, and it's like, okay, we'll probably do this.
Oh boy, that sounds exciting.
I hope so. Hello there, Orca. Good to see you. Hey, Blue Bat. I need more frost glass. Are there any options out here? It looks like that is a no. Should I be offended by that statement, Gib Gab? Or is that a compliment?
Ah. Well, there are plenty of other dead games you can play if you're looking for a dead game.
What do you mean, dead game?
Oh, D&D 4th edition is dead. And he's saying that Scar's changing so much that he wants something that's stable. It's like the people who don't like playing games in early access, I guess. Oh, did I misread it? You said Stellaris is amazing, but keeps getting reworked every time you look at it. And you were referring to Scar like Stellaris? I'm confused. I thought that's what you meant. Oh, so you do like Scar.
Yeah, I think you completely misinterpreted what GibCap said there. Alright, we drowned ones? Weakness to lightning, weakness to fire. Alrighty, looks like Ido's gonna be coming to this. Everything's got thorns. Ah, lovely. Well, we are gonna have to finish this fight really fast.
Trying to find out what trained minions are. Oh boy, that's a lot of...
What's a lot of what?
Well, you said that you have to finish the fight really fast, and I saw just a big splash of green, and I'm like, oh, maybe that's why. Hmm. Jumping between two windows, trying to read the Scar thing while looking at the game every now and then.
Ah. Ooh, crit. Alright, one down, 3 to go.
What is a trained minion? Oh, there it is, trained minion. So there's information about minions next to Suffocation and Fallen.
Well, yes, the same chapter. I didn't know where else to put it, so we put it there.
So it's not actually part of the Primeval feat. It's, you, like, anyone can get minions, I guess.
Correct.
Cool.
You could just go out and hire people.
Well, I
You
wasn't
don't have
sure
to have
if
a
it
feat for it. Hi,
wasn't sure if
Key.
it was working like companions. Also, High Key as well. So that's good.
Alright, and that last one should die from the thorns. Yep, cool. Problem solved.
Okay, so
Okay, so
minions.
we need to do... Okay, so we need ward done. What were you saying?
I was reading about how they work. They work on your turn.
Yeah, they're
So they kind of
intended to
like
be relatively simple on how they work.
yeah, because that's one of the major follies of a lot of dice systems. Like, oh, now I got to roll 50 die for 50 things. 50 initiatives. So if they act on your turn, why would they want to use Prime?
They wouldn't.
Okay.
Uh, Runaways is probably the least bad option there, Ducks. Runaways will give me some more students. They're actually decently good students. Um, the only problem there is trying to make sure that they're fed and have rooms and such.
So like the steady ability may be used as a reaction to allow an ally to use the prime maneuver as a reaction immediately.
Pretty sure steady was aim.
Aim is actually whites of their eyes.
Oh, right. But yeah, the leadership feat is not just for enemies or for minions.
Minions. That's why
It
then. Okay.
it does not say that it is only for minions. I've noticed you seem to have this tendency to put in some information that is not there, limiting the scope of things.
I'm just trying to figure it out because it's new. So it's because you can
Ooh,
use
we
these
got a
abilities.
wolfkin.
Oh, that's fun.
And they are a dark mage. And thankfully, I have enough beds for them. Oh, never mind. That's a lot more. That is a lot of people. Oh, God.
Oh, that was the thing Kurai mentioned.
Wait, where did you come from, then? Hi, Mala. Yeah, Gab Gab Garu's reading comprehension is very much built different. Well, I guess we got a bunch more students to name now, so let's go name them. Welcome in, Kuroy. And Merle. And we have Etchy. And Sirio again. Key, you're already in here. Well, yeah, the original headmaster is never going away. I mean, you're right, Gib Gab. It is. You can definitely appreciate that when somebody perceives things differently from you. My only difficulty there is being like, do I need to reword this? Is it really that badly worded? That's the takeaway?
I hope not. I hope it's just me. I don't want it to be bad worded. I was just curious how it worked. I've never read it before. But that's pretty cool. You can designate people as or companions as a number 2, and then they can actually give buffs to the party. That's an interesting mechanic. That's fun. It does mean that Arf might try and buff Regis, which is kind of funny.
I mean, why not?
I mean, that is there are ways to get Regis to move, I suppose. All he'd have to do is wave the stun prod around.
Arf does not have a problem with Regis. Any perceived problems are all in Regis's head there. It's one of those situations where if he's, pulling pranks on you, it means he likes you.
Yeah. Regis is probably just still not used to being surprised by the robot, because the last time the robot surprised him, it was Zappy. But I'm sure he'll get used to him.
Well, yes, you're right. But the last time that he surprised you was also, you were kind of trying to scan Furvis.
Yes. Which he didn't know was such a bad thing. But it's good to know that the bot doesn't hold grudges. I kind of felt like he did, the way he acted. So that's good. It's hard to judge the emotions of a robot if you're not well versed with them. I can totally hear you typing all that out in your voice, GibGab, explaining the nuances of the English language. Are those bedrooms missing part of the floor?
Yes, but that is intentional.
Ah,
Oh, crap, this plan isn't gonna work. I was gonna put my ritual chamber here, but I can't do that because this room needs to be interior, which means I cannot have this area be not interior. Ugh!
this is like the Tetris section of uh, the Magic game.
I suppose Tetris is a word for it?
Anyways, I gotta read up on all these new changes. Death and Downs. I hope I never have to find out what changed in here firsthand, but I should definitely check that out. 98.
Yes, you definitely should.
Okay, so you can get injuries multiple times in a fight. That's something important to note.
Mala, we use the most original form of English. The most true English. Yeah, let's just destroy that thing right away.
Okay. Original max HP in negative HP or suffer damage. Okay, so they removed the suffer damage equal to your current HP plus your max HP after attack. Well,
We
that's
removed
good.
what?
The or suffer damage equal to your current HP plus your max HP after integrity from one source of damage. So you protected against like really, really, really powerful hits hitting you and taking out a player character instantly from full health. There's a little bit more protection against that.
Ah.
So you won't just get chunky salted. And so it's less relevant to your integrity now as well, it seems. If you reach or exceed half your original max HP in the negatives, then instead of winded, you'll enter unconscious. Cool. So the biggest changes that I see there are you can get injuries multiple times and get compound injuries in a fight.
Essentially, yes.
But yeah, now it's now more mechanically handled instead of just having the injury become a greater level, which would mean it would take longer to recover. Instead, you just have more to recover, which means it's more granular. So that's good to know. And the other thing is, yeah, a little bit of one-shot protection. Not entirely, but you do have a little bit of you don't actually have that threshold of, oh, if you just take a huge amount of damage, it doesn't matter if you hit negatives of your max, you just die. Which is good. Nobody wants their character to just get blown up by a rogue generator.
Not sure it's actually... It was actually a rogue generator.
Fair enough. Generally, I don't like my generators to spontaneously explode when struck, but, you know. They do that sometimes. I guess they aren't sentient, so they're not exactly going rogue when they do that. Just catastrophically failing. I guess the better term would have been freak generator accident. But I wasn't there, so I really couldn't say. I just know that that was an instance of a large amount of damage that resulted in a character being gone. So what other important things do I need to look at? Scar. Scar announcements. Death and Town. The Leadership Primeval. Super Major would be magic. Highly experimental and likely to be changed in the future. Please help us test it and give feedback. I should at least look at the magic. I don't know if it'll be applicable to me, but I should look into it.
Well, like I said before, it is something that you could pick up even though you're not force sensitive. There's more magic in Star Wars than just the Force.
And that's why I should read up on it and be ready in case there's a reason for that to happen. Major 115, the primary location where magic information is found. Okay. Magic page 115. Let's see what this magic thing is all about. It sounds exciting. Oh, it's a primeval feat. Okay, that's cool.
No, it is not.
Oh, it's just primeval magic. I see primeval and it makes me think of primeval feats. Silly me. Highly experimental. Changed dramatically between now and the final version. Yes. Some really cool flavor. Car system is magic module is one of the optional ones that may or may not be included in your campaign. Yeah, make sure it's in the system before they use it. Flexible system of words. Oh, is this going to be like Skyrim? Or is this going to be like crafting your own spells by learning word? Okay, now I'm curious. Unlike weapons and move, magic does not have a set function. Oh, it's completely modular. Oh boy. That's fun. Barnaby's going to have a great time with this. 3 new skills.
Raijin, but incorrect? The hell does that mean, Gib Gab?
Are you talking about me, Gib Gab? Oh, no, someone at work.
No.
Okay. Someone at work. I presumed it was talking about me because it was X but incorrect. Okay, so let's see. What about these attributes and skills? Sagacity is a natural skill, determines your raw, pure... Sagacity. Sagacity. I'm just not familiar with the word, that's all. Fair enough. Sagacity is the natural skill that determines your raw, pure strength with magic. It is the measure of your capacity to actually use magic and is also the skill you roll for casting a spell, especially inside of combat. This skill is what you would use for actually using a catalyst. You roll for sagacity for maintaining concentration on a spell. You can pick up specialties at the various schools to be better at them. Concentration, schools of magic, verbosity, I know that word, is the train skill, which measures your overall capacity in putting spells together. Your dots and the words you can string together in a single spell. Specialties for this skill are unique in that they allow you to include a specific word without it counting against your word limit, though they require storyteller approval. Examples: specialities: arise, scry, cure. Phonemics. Phonemics is the knowledge skill which
Phonemics.
okay. Phonemics is the knowledge skill which encompasses the depths of how much you know about magic as a whole. This skill is rolled most often for identifying spells, or in the cases when you attempt to counter spells. This skill also determines the maximum tier you can upgrade your words to. You may also use specialties tied to this skill in order
Specialties.
to allow you to go beyond the cap or tier. Example specialties: identification, counter specific words. Okay. So willpower is really important for spell casting, it seems. As briefly mentioned above, willpower is the primary attribute, and that's literally what I just looked back and saw. That you are all associated with almost all magic situation. Magic is at its core bending reality to your whims, and thus willpower applies. Cool. To cast the spell, you string together a set of words up to your verbosity skill and describe your desired effect to your storyteller. Okay, so it's open-ended. Your storyteller will have the final say on whether the spell works as you intend for it to work or not. The words of magic are intentionally kept rather simplified to encourage combining them together for creative effects. You may use as many words as are allowed by the action you choose to cast the spell with, though. You may not repeat any words. You may repurchase words to use them again, though for a lore reason, considering them to be different languages that mean the same thing. Okay, I'll have to come back to that section because I'm not entirely sure the implications of that. Another way put this is you purchase power in English, then you want to get power again, and instead of it being English, you are now purchasing it in Latin, potentia. Thus, you may use both power and potentia in your spell, not just power and power. Okay, so you can repurchase the same word in a different language to affect a multiplicative or an amplification, but it cannot be used the same word. Okay. Or potentially using synonyms. It's highly recommended that for spells you commonly use, you come up with a name for them and note them down. These can also be pre-approved by your storyteller to save time in session and respect your fellow players' time. That's fair because, yeah, it can't all be open-ended, otherwise it's like the wish spell with extra steps. Word and power caps. The type of action you are devoting to casting a spell will determine. Hi, Meryl. Determine certain limits. You're able to decide when you are preparing to cast the spell, whether it will be quick, standard, or full action spell. Be advised that spells are not meant to be your primary method of simply dealing damage. You should rely on your moves or weapons for that. Instead, spells are meant to give you more freedom and utility. Not to worry, we'll go into words in more detail shortly. Oh boy. So, if you take longer, you can add more words and you can increase the power of the spell. Okay. Oh, this is cool. The completed spell. After you've assembled the words that you want to use together and received the approval of the storyteller for the effect, you now have a complete spell to cast. If your spell will impact an enemy in some way, it follows the same rules for combat as everything else. You'll need to decide the spell's physical or ethereal. It will most often be etherical, but if you're picking up rocks, exactly, that's what I was thinking, like earthbending. Otherwise, it will usually you roll a willpower, expertise, and sagacity instead of brawl or marksman or such. The only time you do not roll for sagacity are in specific scenarios where it is specified, such as mix you used for counterspell. Okay. Does not matter, the overall tier of your spell is equal to highest tier word you've used in the spell. Words include with blunt motes count as twice their tier. Something will come up a bit later, I'm sure. Oh boy, you probably don't want to botch with mana or magic. When you're wielding the very essence of reality and attempting to bend it to your will, failing to do so is especially disastrous. If you botch a spell, the motes you put into the spell explode violently. You will suffer damage equal to the amount of motes spent on the spell, both expended and burnt.
Yes.
I don't know what burnt means yet, but that sounds explosive. This damage bypasses armor and integrity, directly impacting you. For all intents and purposes, the spell is still considered to be used, and the motes will still become expended or burnt, as would have happened anyways. There are ways to protect yourself from botches such as catalysts. Okay, good, because otherwise we'd all be playing Sienna the Fire Mage from Vermintide. Mages would spontaneously explode if they did magic long enough, strong enough. But there is protection from that. With the power of Mote's mana, with the power at your disposal, there are limiting factors in the form of a mana pool, a source of power within yourself, special items you have, or the world itself that fuel your magic. Makes sense. Your natural mana pool is equal to each of your magic skills. Okay. Added together. This mana pool is made of your motes of magic you have to spend. Which makes me want to go back and look. Okay, so the first one, sagacity, affects your ability to actually use the magic, and that's the skill roll. So that's the actual power level. But that's not your mana pool directly. Okay.
Oh god, Demon. Demon's not doing well.
I thought Geeman wrote something, but no, Geema was about to die.
There we go.
Okay.
Battle over.
Yay. When you cast a spell, the motes you spend on the words for it become expended. These are temporarily unavailable to you. At the start of each of your turns, all expended motes return to you. Okay. Burnt motes. Many words allow you to cast a stronger version of them, but they come at the cost of burning the motes. These motes only return during a rest. During a short rest, you may roll all of your magic skills in order to return a number of burnt motes equal to the successes. However, be aware that if you botch this roll, you will instead burn motes equal to the botch. Every full rest, you automatically recover all your burnt motes. Okay. Oh, man. Very cool, though. Very, very interesting. Very, very cool. I had no idea there was so much depth to this magic system. I was expecting it just to be, like, skills. But this is actually, like, really cool. Yeah, it's way more than just skills with mana bar.
Exactly. So, magic is not intended to be the primary means of attacking. Its purpose is to give flexibility and creativity to you. It is a utility rather than just kill them. If you want to just kill them, go with the move.
Yeah, I mean, that kind of does fit with what Regis does. He is more utility than direct combat. Even his guns were like hit multiple targets to apply hit stun so that other people could wallop them with crits and stuff. But also, part of that was me not knowing how to build my guns properly. But that's beside the point. This is very cool. Expanding your pool. There are multiple methods of expanding your mana pool besides what you just have naturally. There are feats and items you can utilize for this. Check out Chapter 4 for information and catalyst vessels and reagents to achieve this. There are so many things that you want to dip your paws into when you have so many cool systems, but you've got to
We
specialize.
Yeah, we are considering increasing XP more or doing something else with XP because, yeah, there are a
It,
lot of fun things. And
it's hard
Tenku
because
is
it's like,
correct, your guns are fine.
well, I had built my guns improperly because I wasn't attributing my skills properly to my guns, and I fixed that. And I was also, like now our guns are level 2, and I took a deep look at them, so that's good. Concentration and duration. So many words have durations for how long effects last. However, you are able to instead lock the motes, thus keeping them expended to maintain the spell for as long as you keep that concentration up. So you can basically do like perma buffs, perma debuffs, or permanent effects. Oh, but you have to use your quick action in order to do that. Okay. So there is a cost to it. And so, like, even mechanically, I have to, like, I use my quick action for reloading or for aiming so that I can actually hit things. So, it's like, but it is such a cool mechanic. But there's only so much you can do in a turn. You may concentrate on, but you make a concentration check that is, it is at +1 difficulty for every spell. Okay, so yeah, if you're concentrating on a bunch of stuff, it gets hard. And this is like other systems. When you take damage, you must make a concentration check of willpower, expertise, and sagacity. Oh, so if you have your shield up and it's preventative damage, then you don't actually have to make the con check. Okay. Well, there are situations where you might, like, I don't know, or earthquake or something. So then you'd have to do that. Weather cards. It would be rather distracting to attempt to maintain concentration on a spell while being buffeted by a hurricane, after all. That just makes me think of weather cards, but that's fair. Ritual casting. Oh, okay. So this is like we have time to sit around and actually like do this properly sort of casting. If you need a lot more motes than what you can normally utilize, it might be a simple attempt to grant permanency to an animated construct, or perhaps setting up a teleportation circle. And honestly, if I end up having to do anything with alchemy beasts, this may end up having to be something I have to get into. Maybe you're wanting to enchant an item, whatever the use, any spell that may be done using a ritual casting. A ritual casting is when you prepare an area, usually a circle, to become an especially large vessel. This vessel was capable of holding any number of motes, though be aware the more you go for, the more dangerous it becomes, because motes are unstable, and if you roll a nat 1... Oh, each dot of phonetics you may invite another individual to assist you in the ritual. Okay, so they must have at least one dot in phonemics to do so. But the lead caster needs to have a dot for each additional ritual caster. Okay. Once you've prepared your ritual casting, you must begin the ritual itself. The ritual casting can take many hours. During each hour of the ritual, those involved must make 2 rolls. First, a willpower times or plus expertise plus verbosity. This determines whether successful progress can be made on the spell. The total combined successes on these rolls must be at least half the combined totals of the tiers of words that are being put into the spell. The second roll that needs to be made is an expertise, willpower, sagacity roll. This roll determines how many total motes that are able to be put into the ritual casting. These motes are the combined total of successes of those involved.
Yay! We at least got one part of this done. Now we just need one more window and they'll be good to go.
The second roll that needs to be made. Okay, so the ritual casting continues until all the required motes for the spell have been put into the ritual. So, when it said there's no any number of motes, be aware the further you go. So, when you're putting motes into this, it's not taking the motes away from yourself, I presume?
No, it is not.
Okay, that's what I was wondering. I thought you'd have to do this over days and like recover your motes and then bank them in this big mana battery. Okay, so it's a little different, but that's better because it means things can actually happen in the span of days and not months. Launching the verb. Ooh, and you can end up losing it all. The ritual casting continues until all the required motes for the spell have been put into the ritual. Botching the verbosity roll will erase the prior hour's work. Botching the sagacity roll will remove a quarter of the motes stored inside. No further damage will happen from miscasts of these rolls unless there have been a total of 4 botches between both types of rolls. Then the ritual is considered interrupted, and that will be covered in the next paragraph. The ritual may be paused after each hour, and those involved may step away from it, and new one may take their place. Attempting to pause the ritual in the middle of an hour will cause all progress from that hour to be lost. Okay. Okay, so you can swap in people and swap out people.
Yes.
But the primary ritual caster, I guess, can also swap away. I'm just imagining if you did have to do something over 16 hours and you had to have people sleep, you could
You can also
have...
put it on pause.
Okay, I'm reading about that. It said it was like you can only put it on pause for an hour.
No, at the top of every hour.
Ah, okay. Attempting to pause the ritual in the middle of an hour, I just got to that part now, will cause the progress from that hour to be lost and requires 1 minute of time to put the pause in play. If the ritual is interrupted by anyone involved or outside the ritual without that minute being taken, the ritual casting will explode, dealing the damage of a regular miscast in the amount of motes that have just been put into the ritual to this point, including the ones that were lost due to the roll's botching. This damage bypasses all defenses, including armor and integrity, but not preventative healing, and catalysts cannot protect from it. That said, the damage is split between those currently participating in the ritual. In addition to the damage, an equal amount of motes will be burnt. This can potentially cause several days or longer of your motes being unavailable, as this burning of motes will carry over until the entire amount has been burnt. Meaning that you go into debt and you have to pay off all the motes, I presume?
Yep.
So if you have... Okay. And then we've got schools of magic. Words in the primeval magic system can be divided into schools. These schools are categories that help organize and group words together into cohesive groups. A spell may be composed of words from multiple schools, and a spell is considered to be of a school of the highest total. A spell is considered to be of the school of the highest total tier word in the spell. If there are multiple words of the highest tier, it is a combined school spell. Universal. It's not really a school by itself. Instead, it's like your general classes. This is where you'll find words such as range bands. These words are usually beneficial to all schools and thus go in there. It's kind of the miscellaneous. Alteration. These are the fun ones. Words to change the world around you. You can turn flesh to stone, turn your enemies into harmless bunny rabbits, and engage in some similar changes. Alteration is all about altering reality to your desires. Yeah, that sounds like one of my favorite schools. Anyways, automancy. The automancy school contains words related to creation and animation of constructs and normally inanimate objects of all kinds. It is one of the schools focused on minions and includes the ability to mend objects and constructs, also known as the school that Furvis would really want to know so he can work on his robots, and also the school that Barnaby was trying to do to the car. Blood magic. Okay. I'm thinking that's an interesting one. Let's see. Blood magic is the manipulation of the body, the very blood within them, contorting their bodies to dance to your tune. Certainly a fine line to walk and still call yourself a good person if you go down this route. There is hope, though. After all, most combat-related deaths are the result of blood going where it is not meant to go. So use your magic to keep it flowing through their veins in the way it should, instead of spilling that precious life all across the ground. Most of the words of this school have to do with healing or preventing it therein. Okay, I mean, blood and alteration could be a good combo. Chronomancy, old friend or new friend, these timey-wimey shenanigans.
I will say, all schools are meant to be very flexible and meant to work with each other.
Oh, yes. I want to clarify. When I say these two work well together, it's more of Regis sees these as very promising to all sorts of TFE shenanigans. Not so much that they aren't all very well applicable to each other. And timey-wimey shenanigans. If Kuroi were to play this game, he'd probably like these. because of the Doctor Who reference. Uh,
Hi,
yeah.
Brian.
It's the magic of the people in their 30s who realize that, time has just gone by. While divination also deals with the future, it's more about pulling information and the truth from the future. Meanwhile, chronomancy is all about manipulating the flow of time. Make the spell last forever, make that spell last forever. Simply undo the life-threatening damage the boss did to your friend. Time is subjective. Yeah, this is probably like the god tier broken spell, but combining it with divination and you're just rewriting reality to your end.
Divination.
Yes, divination. Okay. This is why Regis should not go into the magics, because he will not pronounce the words right. I thought of that when I started this. I was like, oh, this is not for Regis. Or me, rather. But it's cool, and aside from my pronouncing things strange, I'm going to continue reading it. Conjuration. Go on, create a hammer space where you store all your weapons and armor. The bag of holding. Bring forth creatures out not of your world. Okay, so summoning. Those of you who want to summon eldritch beings from the abyss will find a comfortable home here in the School of Conjuration. That's fair. That is a valid approach to getting cool things. Just bring them from elsewhere. Divination, I'm sorry. You're going to die someday, hopefully peacefully. The future is not set in stone, but divination adepts will certainly try and see what the future holds. Regardless, they deal with the truth of everything, seeking to find it amidst the uncertain slurry of the future. Elementalism, this is just your fire, lightning, ice, probably. The school relating sheer power of the elements. The school is where this is the words that apparently Paint sneezes all the time. For bringing fire, mythic, and light energy to your spells, this deal with the types. Yeah. That's at least what comes to mind when I hear elementalism. It's just, yeah.
Yeah, that's essentially what paint does.
Enchantment. There's much debate between runics and this school. Both of them insist the other is just an offshoot. I say they both fulfill different purposes altogether. Either way, enchantment is where you will find the words to improve equipment and items. So this is gear buffs. This is where you craft magical tools regardless of what your trade may be. You don't need to cut out the entire emotional center of your brain. Why do you ask? What? No, you don't need to. That's a reference to something.
Dragon Age.
Ah! I only played some of that game. It does have werewolves in it. And you can befriend them, but then you have to get rid of the elves. Anyways. Enhancement. Probably the most straightforward school of them all. They are not trying to bring back the dead or change your form. They do not take a plush toy and decide that it is a representation of you. The enhancement school simply makes you better, stronger, and more well protected. Yep, it's just make it better. Very, very straightforward. Very, very powerful, and a good embellishment with some of the other spells, I think. Entropist. Let chaos reign. Luck for the luck hero. Mayhem for the mayhem dice, or something to that effect. Entropists deal with luck and gambling on uncertain outcomes. They thrill over taking risks for a big payoff. Their existence is one of chaos that most other schools find incredibly disruptive. Okay, so don't let Nova get anywhere near that spell set. It's basically the spell of channeling Nova and Ren.
That particular school has basically nothing in it at this time, though.
Fair enough. Yeah. The
Also,
meta
I
word
really need to get this stuff going because I am... Oh boy. That fog is getting way too close.
Alright, I hope it wasn't distracting.
No, I'm just not getting the resources that I need.
Fair enough. Well, don't let the fog eat your city. Or your school. Okay, so then illusion, deceiving the senses of others, cornerstone of trickery, leave them questioning what's real and what's merely your fake reality. From a simple fake coin to entire castles, leave your friends and foes unaware of that pit trap until their foot falls through the floor. And if you're really smart and you're really clever, they might even not realize it after that. Kinetics. How does the world itself work? What causes things to move? What shapes are they made of? The foundation of most of the many alternative realities is found here in the School of Kinetics. Words from this school deal with the foundation of shape, size, and movement of things. Okay. So scale. That's an interesting thing. I thought it was literally just going to be the spell of like flinging stuff. But no, it's vectors as well as far as shape and size. So you could probably shrink people with that magic. Mentalism. Mentalists are a bunch that you truly need to be wary of. While some of them may say that illusionists are the most tricky to deal with, those who study mentalism can make you believe whatever they want is real. They manipulate and read your mind as easily as a book. Okay, so that's like psionic damage and also like all the psionic, not damage, but the psionic element in a nutshell, I think of. And yeah, mind reading and also a really good embellishment to illusion magic. It's funny. They tell you to be wary of them, but really they're going to be the best buds. Necromancy. Oh, this is Asher's stuff. While many consider this school to be one of evil, I mean, wonder where we got that idea. It's not always such. Necromancy is the art of reusing the bodies of the dead. Yes, I did describe him as the god of recycling, the garbage collector.
Ouch!
Well, that's the computer term for, dealing with the things that are no longer used in code.
Yep, I understand. Yeah. Asher is just a garbage collector, apparently.
It is actually a terrible insult. I didn't even realize how. That's like someone who wants to fight Asher might say that. Whereas me, I'm just averse to like undeath and undead, so I'm like, I avoid them. When Asher says goodbye forever, I think of it as a good thing, which isn't because he's cute. But wouldn't you want death to say goodbye forever? It's a cycle of life.
Everyone. Just another example of Guru doing saying things. Like when he called me a big microtransaction.
But this is nothing like that. This is more just me not liking death. Kure is the one that likes death.
You don't like Asher?
Just because I don't like what Asher does or what he's in charge of doesn't mean I don't like him. There's a difference.
Asher
It's like
is
saying,
death.
oh, I thought he was the god of it. I didn't know he was death.
They are the same thing.
I thought just meant that they presided over it. I didn't know that like, you know, they were the literal embodiment of it. That's even scarier. That makes it very scary. That's kind of tragic. You're the embodiment of death. Wherever you go, you bring death. Anyways, on to runics. The study of runics is a long and slow one, prioritizing skill with a pen far above anything else. This school focuses on the creation of runes. Long-term inscriptions can be placed on surfaces or even people to infuse magic into it. It's like this makes me think of like magic as a trap or magic applied as a abstraction to deploy as like a program. And you have a trigger and you have an effect and you put it all into the rune and then the rune deploys
You are
when conditions are
correct,
met.
Key, but in a lot of mythos, they are considered, or at least referred to as one and the same.
Yeah, exactly. I tend to think of it as like the ones that presided over it. That's why, when I referred to it as, well, again, I don't want to say it in an insulting way, but the garbage collection function of a program. It is not death itself. It is the thing that provides and manages over and maintains the balance of the computing system. You know what the problem is? Computers have a very terrible name for digital death. A dead variable or element is garbage to be collected. That's just what code is, because nothing's alive in code, so dead code is garbage. It's a weird translation. Tempest. Disclaimer. Please be aware that while you may be able to control the winds, your allies most likely cannot. Think of your friends before you summon a hurricane. That said, Tempest School is one of the more powerful, but also more indiscriminate. Using words from the school, you're capable of disrupting the lives of entire countries and changing the weather itself. So Tempest is specifically weather. I was wondering what made it different from elementalism, because wind is usually like a raw element, but it's because it's weather. Okay. Thaumaturgy. That doll looks an awful lot like you. I think it even has a bit of your hair attached. I wonder what happens if I do... Oh, well, that is thaumaturgy for you. A school devoted to drawing the connections between us all, of tying vaguely similar things together, and creating a bond between them. You should stop hitting yourself now. Ah, so, yes, okay, fair enough. It's literally, quantum entanglement, the magic.
Yay! We finally have our house commons!
Congrats. Words of magic. Now, for the words themselves. We have mentioned them quite a few times thus far, but now we are ready to finally explain them. Words are either a single word or a few words to name the specific magic you are attempting to invoke. So words can still be words section, so it still only counts as one word, but it may be two. Verbally.
Yep.
The function of them are kept very basic, as a single word does not make up a full spell. You put words together in an attempt to create whatever spell effect you desire. We'll be adding actual words to this document when the magic system has been thoroughly tested. For now, here's the document with them. Oh, okay, so there is actually words. And I'm kind of really, really curious, so I'm going to look into that with the Gandalf image.
Hello, Slitherite.
Okay. So apparently this is the mechanics as a whole, but it doesn't actually have the words.
Check the tabs on the left. You did not. You skipped over a thing at the very top of that page, that document.
We magic mechanics. We had some meme fun with this tab, as is on the main document. Just check the other tabs for now. I did not know that Word documents could have tabs too. I thought that was just an Excel exclusive. I am being... Yeah, because like normally like the tabs and the SCAR system one are actually you can scroll up and down to see. So I didn't realize that I actually had to click on the tab to actually open it. I don't use Google Docs as much.
When it's more finished, we'll move it over.
Yeah, no worries. I just didn't know. So these are our universal words. We have name, expend, burn. Okay. Oh, it's telling me the universe. Okay. So the name is power, expend motes. Here, burn motes. So. Okay, so some of these just have raw mechanical effects. Okay, so we have, short range, medium range, long range, accuracy, silent spell. Other words in this spell become silent. If all words are silent, you may cast the spell without the ability to speak and without audibly alerting others. This word is already silent. Okay, I see. So it lets you do an X amount of words. I get it. Amass. Amasses X motes for up to X rounds to be expended on your next non-amass spell. You may hold a maximum of 3 times sagacity motes at once. Okay, so that's you basically charge up another attack. So you could do like silent spell amass and just charge up without them even realizing it. Oh, but don't lose your concentration because you will blow up.
Just a little bit. As a treat.
And I'll have to read back on what catalysts are because we haven't gotten to that, but they will protect unless the word is from the catalyst. Barrier. Ooh, creates a magical barrier 1 inch thick with X2 durability and X to the half negation. This lasts X minutes or until destroyed. Can concentrate. Okay. And then the burn version is 4 times durability and double negation. Counterspell. So this is a good one. Can be used as a reaction to spell being cast. You make a phonemics check up to X words. Okay, so that's concatenate any words you have identified by spending an equivalent amount of motes. Must spend burn for burn and expend for expend. Okay. So on up to X words of the target spell. So you could just remove certain words in a target's spell.
Yes.
So you don't have to counter the whole thing. You could just you could disable its range and it would just not work. So you can be precision about that. That's cool. Mechanically, that's really cool. Disrupt magic. Okay, so that's like anti-magic. That's cool. Dispel. Dispel will just completely remove spell effects. It's like basically magical bleach. So they're similar. Counterspell, dispel magic, and dispel and disrupt magic. But disrupt magic's more of like an active thing. Dispel's more like a splash, get rid of, and counterspell is more directly targeting a component of an opponent's spell as it's cast. Drain magic. Drain X to times 3 motes from the target. Motes taken this way are considered expended. You will gain the total motes drained this way, however, this cannot replenish burnt motes. Okay, so you take their motes, and then you gain that many. And theirs become expended, yours come back, however, it doesn't fix burned. There's no benefit for using the burn version of this. Oh no, they're considered. Oh, it destroys them. Okay, that's why. It's because it changes from expended to burned. If there's going to be a lot of this, maybe having the burnt changes like a different color, so that you can easily tell what's different between expend and burn. But I don't know.
What are you talking about?
Oh, I'm trying to see the difference between like the expend version and the burn version. Sometimes it's a multiplier, sometimes it's a single word. It's like it might be easy for people if the burned version has like a different color for the thing that's changed.
Maybe?
Recharge. Recharges or add X motes to a vessel. Okay, so this is how you have to... Oh, you can do this... Oh, that's interesting. So, recharge is its own spell that lets you add motes to a vessel. Does that mean you could use recharge to participate in a ritual without actually participating in the ritual? Or there might be another form of a vessel. I'll have to look and see what vessels are. Maybe there's... Because rituals are ritual casts, so they're probably something special. Okay. It seems like a lot of this might affect stuff that I haven't quite read yet, so I might want to go back to reading the actual document before finishing these off, but there's some cool ones. There's necromancy. Puppeteer, Lifesteal, Repose, Resurrect, Consume Corpse, Automancy, Program. Oh yeah, that's because you program the construct. Reconstruct. Function. Hijack. Okay. Elementalism. Oh, Disrupt Affinity. Oh, that's cool. Increase the difficulty of defense. So it's like elemental debuff. You can literally increase the divided by 3. Okay, yeah. That makes sense. Because you'd only ever get +2 difficulty, or potentially +5. Not 5. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I think +5 would be the max significant that you'd ever want anyways, which would be power 10 and burn. Because if they had plus... Oh, no, I guess they could have a whole bunch of minus difficulties that aren't being utilized, so it would just be like to counterbalance whatever they have, and then some. Okay. Magnitude increases the word level of other words in the spell. Okay, so Elementalism has magnitude in it, which actually increases the word level of other words in the spell by 1. So it's not quite element, it's just amplify. It's sheer force. That makes sense. Upheaval. Creates difficult terrain. Wave. Knocks back stuff.
I'm trying to figure out how the hell to do this, everybody.
Wall of material. That's fun. Wall of material. Wall of nitroglycerin.
Maybe not.
I know. It's a bit of a joke, but still.
Ah, so that's what... Okay. So the arch support is what I want there. Got it.
But then again, you might be able to do something like Wall of Fire. I don't know.
Yes, that is what it's intended for. Wall of fire, wall of stone, etc., etc.
Well, my first thought was like Wall of plasteel, but yeah. Or what is the stuff the stormtroopers use? But still. Mark up the items for the... Mark up to X items the number of hours. Yeah. Ah, you can... Oh, that's like divination. You're marking...
Divination.
Yeah, divination, but it's... Pocket. Creates a pocket where you may store stuff. Duplicate. Summons a temporary duplicate of a target creature or object. Ah, yes. Do not duplicate the Furvis. But cool concept. Runic long-term spells and traps. Okay. Yeah, these are the ones. Catalyst runes. Once that trigger is activated and the rune is broken, the spell is cast by the activator. The spell uses your motes to cast it. If the activator cannot supply enough motes, the symbol is plainly magical.
I am getting tired of these spectral rifts.
So this isn't
How so,
concentration.
Merle? Do you not like Furvis?
What's going on?
Apparently Merle doesn't like Furvis.
Wow,
So
I'm
you're
like a
calling
large
Furvis fat?
Well, I guess I deserve that for calling Kure an AI, but yeah. GibGab just called me an AI. Well, I think Merle was just thinking of it from my perspective. If I duplicated Furvis, both Furvises would not be happy with me. And which would mean double the fun, as GibGab mentioned, but Merle pointed out that's probably well, it's probably higher than the safe daily recommended dose of Furvis. Oh, okay. So you were just thinking about space concerns in space. Well, if we could figure this magic stuff out, we could just use the space magic and make like a mini Furvis. We could solve the space issues.
Yes, because if he wasn't already mad at you for making a second, he'd definitely not be mad at you for making him small.
Okay, so Furvis likes being 9 foot tall. Good to know. I figured he would appreciate being less visible. But I
Alright, we're gonna
guess
need to make Furvis extra big. Clearly, that's the only solution.
so he would like to be bigger. Fair enough. Well, this is what Barnaby is for. That is why Barnaby is here. Barnaby can do all the magic. But I would definitely want to dabble. It's just I don't know. This seems like a Barnaby idea. And Barnaby's much less likely to be eaten for doing anything with magic. I just imagine that Barnaby would be able to get away with a lot more shenanigans. I mean, he was literally ripping memories out of people's heads, and yeah, no consequences yet. We'll see what happens once Merle finds out that that's happened, since he's making a habit of doing that. I mean, orders of magnitude. I might scan things because I'm curious, but I don't rummage around in your memories. I gotta read more of these magic words. Okay, proximity catalyst rune. So catalyst rune. Attach X words to a symbol and designate an activation trigger. Once that trigger is activated, the rune is broken. So you have to add the catalyst rune and then like proximity.
Sure.
Otherwise, catalyst rune is just a better version. Unless... Oh, activated in the rune is broken. So the other ones don't have that. I'd have to... Well, I guess it is a bit more open-ended. And I presume runes don't actually break until... I mean, they stay there and you don't have to keep them concentrated. Which could be really fun. It's basically like having a miniature version of... It's a mini version of ritual casting, basically. Because you could have a bunch of these runes in a place that you have, like your ship. And you could throw someone onto like a revival rune and take care of an issue without having to... Ooh. Ooh, you could have affinity detectors. Apata. Trigger if the chosen category interacts with it. Okay, so kinetic affects the shapes of your spells. Cube shape, sphere shape, cone shape, pillar shape, line shape, square shape, circle shape. Wait.
Line piece!
I guess square shape and line shape are... I mean, square shape and cube shape are similar. We often don't think in 3 dimensions, so it's good to know that they don't cost any more. It's optional, either or. Disjointed. Cause AoE spell to jump from one target to the other. Well, that's fun. Angular. Rotate when traveling. Oh, that's cool, so it can, like, arc. Aura. Spell generates an aura that moves with the target. Just imagine the spell debate database you could make with all these.
Well, to be fair, Guru is just reading off the stuff from the new update of Scar.
Yeah. Sorry if I'm being annoying, GibGab. I'm just trying to get through all the new content in Scar that we just got. We have a whole new magic system. There's spells and stuff, and Barnaby's gonna have a lot of fun. And I'm not sure. Regis might like glare at this stuff jealously while doing his own science. But we'll see. It definitely looks cool. Command. Oh, you can just flat out tell the creatures to do stuff. Oh, you can burn in full command.
What?
You can use command under the burn mode, which makes it so that the target choose an action for the command creature to perform. It must complete this action at least once per turn for the next X minutes. The target is not aware they have been forced to perform this action, and you can concentrate it, which means you can make it permanent. Well, semi-permanent. And they won't even know that they did it. So you could, like, use the command obey and make them obey you once per turn or something like that. I could imagine you could use that outside of combat in a fun way. See, to be fair, I wasn't expecting so much thought out mechanics for behind each spell because I recognized it as a very open-ended spell system, but it is kind of very mechanics driven too.
Well, the way we've been operating the entire system is it's a box of Legos. Legos are already set. What you decide to do with those Legos is what's up to you and your creativity.
Oh, and you can make spells permanent with chronomancy. I remember that I reading that. Memory sift, delirium. Okay, so these are all the mentalist stuff. Emotions. You can read people's thoughts. So you could have like an AoE of like charm by doing like aura on yourself and charm. And then anything that comes near you would just become your friend. There's some really cool implementations here. Also, I wonder if you could do like IFF, the rune spell.
Yes, keep reading.
I'm sorry. I'm just going back and realizing different things I can do. Delirium. You remove their IFF. You make it so they can't tell who's their friend and who's their enemy. Why would you do this instead of charm? I don't know, but it's chaotic. Oh, because charm wouldn't necessarily make their allies their enemies, but delirium would. But you could combine delirium and charm, and then they would have a chance to not see their allies as allies. But the charm would force them to see you as a friend if you ordered the words right, I guess. Fun potential implementations. And then they could be afraid of them or hostile them. So that's still very volatile, but it's still cool. Senses. You can tap into other people's senses and spy. Very cool. Very cool. Forbid. Target cannot take action for the next X turns. And you can concentrate. So you can just forbid, and they won't even be aware that they're forbidden from completing an action. Oh, that's useful for keeping yourself alive. And that's useful for just, like, no, don't use forbid on your allies. No, bad Regis. Loyalty. Forces a creature to obey you for X minutes. They do not do anything directly harmful to themselves, and if attempted, the spell breaks. They will not do anything directly harmful to themselves, but it does not end this effect. Can concentrate. You cannot harm them or the spell breaks. They will not do anything directly harmful to themselves, but it does not end this effect. Okay, so it's like saying, compared to the top one, that if attempted, the spell breaks. But you could loyalty and then have your allies kill them. They still and then the other person can shoot them. Very cool, very cool. Divination. Oh, no, sorry, divination. I know that's upsetting. I don't mean to do that. Just, that's how I've always said it before coming up here. Prophecy.
Except
Yes. I was saying it before I met you, and it's wrong, but I do that with words a lot. Oh, this prophecy card literally, this prophecy word literally works like the prophecy card that we have in our stream loots. It gives you information about a possible future, but, it's more that it tells you where to go next. But you could possibly make that card's effect with this magic. Oh. If you burn it, you can see the future, receiving information about a possible future within the next X days. If it doesn't come true, you can do it again for free. Oh, that's fun. What that means is if you see a prophecy and you hunt it down and prevent it from happening, you can keep hunting them down and preventing them from happening unless you want them to happen. Because you'll just keep getting to be able to cast it again for free, even after you rest up and get your burned motes away, returned. Very cool. Scry. Name an entity you've known and see its current location as a still image. Do not say Greaves on Scry. That's a very bad idea. True Sight.
Key, you are always welcome on voice.
Yeah. That'd be good to have someone who isn't just rambling about a thing they're reading. But it is fun. True Sight. Dim Vision for the next X minutes. I should probably grab something to eat before we play your games too, so if someone jumps in, I might go do that. Veracity? Veracity. Oh yeah, you can tell if they're telling the truth. So you can see in the dark, tell if they're... Omen. Oh. Omen is literally just the spell that you want to use to hit things. Oh. Oh, wow. Omen is really good. That's like the sniper skill. Fortune.
Fortune. The blessed omen's bane.
You can remove successes from the next attack made against the target, either accuracy or damage. So you can basically force yourself to be Nova or Ren for a particular combat.
Why would you want to make yourself Ren? Or Rain?
Well, you could make the target Ren, and then, they couldn't hit you. You wouldn't want to do it to yourself. You're right.
I mean, that's fair, but that's also so mean. Why would you do that to an enemy? Why would you torture them like that?
Yeah, there's mean, and then there's just cruel.
I'm not trying to learn the word mala, okay?
So, Zim, does Scar have a Geneva Convention yet?
No.
Should we make one?
I think that's up to the
To-
setting and the storyteller.
Yeah. The problem is I'm kind of getting in the headspace of Regis. Geneva Convention? Is this just like a strategy guide?
All right, Garu, and if you didn't hear, I made a deck of the Oracle cards for
Oh,
tabletop sim.
nice.
They're very basic, but they work.
Well, that's cool. I knew you were working on those. And you came up with the meanings for every single affinity. I remember you were telling us because I was like, "Oh, what's psionic and dark?" Or yeah,
And you were so sad until I explained that the shadow stuff ain't all
yeah,
bad.
shadow. I gotta. That's another habit I gotta break. I gotta stop saying dark. It's shadow. Years of video games.
What's the meme? Darkness, darkness, bees, darkness, friendship, darkness, darkness.
Sounds like a spell that you would cast in the magic system. You'd have to say darkness in 7 different languages, but there'd be bees.
Darkness.
Speaking of bees, I'm mildly sad that Last Lost doesn't wield a scattershot weapon.
Disillusion. Thaumaturgy connection. Enhancement.
For those curious as to why, because in Pathfinder, there's a scattershot shell where you just fire angry bees at people.
Ah, see, I just thought you were talking about like the pellets sting like bees, but no, you're just literally talking
No,
about like
actually
swarm shot.
bees. Yep,
Okay.
actually bees.
That seems more like something you'd throw in like a grenade launcher. Like you just lob it and then it just pops open and it's just a big section of like some sort of death wasp nest.
Hmm.
And
Someone playing Russian roulette with their grenade launcher. Let's play a game. Bees or no bees?
well, you just got to follow that strategy guide or Geneva Convention thing, right?
But
Coming up with all sorts of munitions.
if I did that, I wouldn't be allowed to bees.
Oh, no. It's a strategy guide. You're supposed to read the thing, and then that's how you make the most effective things.
Actually, now I'm curious. In Mind Over Magic, are there any things you're not allowed to teach your students?
I don't really have much say in what I do teach my students.
Enchantment. Alteration. Here we go. Alter affinity. That's fun. Although it's not really finished. It just says TX X equals to your cost X motes. Burn TX X to your cost X motes. So you wouldn't want to burn it. Sculpt. Alter the physical form of your target willing dash object. Oh, so they have to be willing. Well, that's what the friendship spell is. Guard. Target's natural defenses gain X negations for 1 round. If the target has no natural defenses, it instead gains X to physical and eternal. Who's here? Someone just popped in.
Hello, Merle.
Oh, hi, Krill.
Hi.
It's an adorable Merle.
Yes.
Ah.
Purvis tried to get me to read bad things that will make Regis do very, very bad things.
Don't do them.
What do you mean I tried to... What?
The magic system. Well, you know that Regis would just get into the very dark magic things.
Stairs.
I don't know what we would make for icons for the schools of magic, Blue Bat. Some of them are a little more obvious, but also Scar's symbology has a very specific aesthetic that I don't know I emulate well.
Yeah. I don't think we'd be going down that route.
Like, that's kind of why I didn't put any images on the oracle cards, because one of the original ideas was that I was going to just slap the affinity symbol on there. But it would be nice if we had, like, actual art for them one day. So nice.
Wait,
But that's way down the road.
what do you mean? I do have emblems for all of the types.
Yes, I am saying that one of my original ideas was I was going to use the emblems on the oracle cards, but that it would be nice to have, like, actual distinct art for them one day.
So
Oh, for the
basically-
cards?
Yeah, for the cards, not for the emblems. Sorry.
I was like, we already have that. What?
Sorry, saying them was unclear. That is my fault.
Yeah, I get it. You'd want to have like really fancy embellished using of that symbol. So the symbol made into something that's of that theme or that element, or potentially a character that represents that theme or that element for that card.
Well, the current card design allows for the affinity emblem to be in the corners of the card. That's why there's diamonds in the corners.
Fair enough. This sounds like it's going to turn into like a trading card game or something.
I do have plans for a trading card game at some point.
I am not surprised.
That would be nice.
So unfortunately, the alterations. There's only 1, 2, 3, 4 spells.
Right now.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, remember, some of these schools of magic aren't entirely complete because other systems need to be finished first.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's currently only 4. It could be more in the future.
Regis has to stick to science. He can't go into the magics.
Side note, I'm a huge sucker for games that have trading card games inside them, or like little card games inside them. And for some reason, the main characters of the game have cards in the trading card game. They don't bother explaining why. It just is.
I should update my fantasy ground and grab something to nibble on. Oh, this is going to be very exciting. I can't wait to see what Barnaby does with it. Do you think you'll be getting into Magic, Girl?
I doubt it.
Okay.
Why not?
I don't know.
Maybe Regis will have to tread first and put it into like a very understandable and consumer grade variant for you.
Maybe.
Just try this. Look at this cool thing. You just say these words and you focus on this thing. We'll figure it out. That's if Regis actually does magic, in which case he would probably try and make it like a science and less like a magic. So
I
that
think
you could get
Midnight would enjoy the magic system more than Krill would.
Midnight.
My character in Last Hope.
That's fair. I don't know much about the folks in Last Hope, so I just know that there's like an infinite copy of a Pokemon that keeps splitting. And this one you're not supposed to cross. And there's a variant you're not supposed to be alone around.
Yep,
Unless you want to
he's
end
the
up
one
dead.
who's currently active right now, too.
Oh, well, he's real friendly if you're in groups of 3 or more, supposedly.
Well, it's more he's a stuttering mess.
Oh, okay. I thought he was the suave one. I don't keep track.
No, let's see, I can barely keep track. Sylvester is the suave one.
That's just making me think of Looney Tunes.
Made me think of it too. Sylvester, the first thing that popped into my head was suffering succotash.
Succotash. Ah. Oh man, I'm excited to play. But yeah, I mean, the only way I imagine we'd get into the magic system, you and I, is if Regis did something stupid and like started to collect Sith artifacts and
Oh, so
magical
what he's
things.
already trying to do?
No, he isn't gathering Sith artifacts, though. The things he was told not to touch, he did not touch.
No, you just took a whole Sith medical computer.
Sith medical
be
computer
fair-
is an oxymoron.
To be fair, said computer did save your life. If Regis hadn't done what he did, you'd have still been poisoned. Is it so bad that Regis got something out of it himself at the same time?
No. Just so long as he's careful.
Well, yes, exactly. He's picked his most dangerous artifact of things that he shouldn't touch, but imagine if we could expand the lab and actually gather all sorts of fun Sith artifacts. Oh, no. We shouldn't do that.
No.
But...
No.
Really?
No.
Oh. But Furvis gets to keep the robots.
We have Sith at home.
But why does Furvis get to get the robots then?
No.
Because the robots can be not Sith.
And besides, would you want to tell Furvis no?
You see, part of why Furvis likes being big.
And see, there's the thing. Yeah, Furvis is big, and Furvis can do what Furvis wants. But on the other hand, there was one person who can say no to Furvis, and that's about it. And that's the captain. Because captain can go, my ship, my rules, and that's about it. The rest
As
of us,
long as you're under my roof, mister, you will keep your Sith artifacts to yourself.
we're gonna have to have like a dedicated mech bay for Furvis eventually. I just imagine that like we're just gonna have more and more bots just cluttering the hallways.
We'll just need a new ship at that point.
He will have an army.
Just stepping over like robotic legs.
I will be right back.
Okay.
All right.
Well,
Oh dear.
Yep. Oh dear for.
It sounded like you got electrocuted there for a second. Your audio went blah, blah, blah.
I said see in a bit to Zim when he left, but I
Ah.
was grabbing something to chew on while I was getting ready to play. Because it's getting close to that time.
Yep. Tal's already in the dungeon, so I'm gonna pop down.
I guess I will too.
bye.
Bye, Key.
Yeah, it was fun, Key. Or, well, it wasn't that funky, but it was fun, Key.
Ha ha ha.
Yeah, I just realized. Yeah. Well, it was fun. But yeah, if I leave, then you're the only one here. Maybe I shouldn't.
Have a good game.
Thanks. Take care.
You as well. Also, Gib Gab quick spells? Are those like Nesquik spells?
Oh, wow. Everybody's gone.
Yeah, they hopped down already.
Oh. But Tal's not ready yet.
Tal's
he's
down in
down.
the tabletop room.
Oh, he hasn't sent me any of the info.
Oh. Maybe he isn't ready yet, and people are just chatting.
Fair enough. I'll finish up this battle and go join them.
Okay.
But it's always nice to get to hang out with you, Key.
It's nice to be able to hang out. I don't get to do that as often at the moment.
No, you don't. You need to more. You are precious, and I love hanging out with you. I want to do more.
Oh. Well, we'll get to hang out tomorrow.
True. But for now, thank you everybody for joining us so far on the stream today. We're going to go ahead and switch games here. Check out our website, zgfgaming.com. We've got links for our Discord, Telegram, Mastodon, Blue Sky, Patreon, and more. They're on the website as well as down in the description below through our link tree. Thank you to my patrons, tippers, and subscribers. It is your support that keeps this channel alive and going. I cannot do this without your guys' help and your support, so thank you. Consider becoming a patron over at patreon.com/zgfgaming. It's one of the best ways to support the channel, though you can also do so by sharing the stream around, using our Humble Bundle partner link, or just coming by and hanging out. But for now, thank you all so much for joining, and I bid you the most fondest adieu.
Boy.